Sofia Vergara has always turned heads, but her transformation over the years has been nothing short of mesmerizing. From her early days in Colombia to becoming one of Hollywood's most recognized and beloved stars, her evolution, both in style and career, has captivated fans worldwide. Now, as new photos and moments from her life continue to emerge, people can't stop talking about just how much she has changed. But is it just time at work, or is there more to her striking transformation? Let's find out. Sofia Vergara, widely recognized today for her curvaceous figure and confident presence, had a very different experience growing up. In a 2011 interview with Cynthia McFadden on Nightline, the Colombian actress opened up about her early struggles with body image, revealing that she was a late bloomer. As a child, she was given the nickname Palillo, which means toothpick in Spanish, a reference to her extremely slender frame. "In my culture, a skinny girl has nothing going on," Vergara explained, highlighting the societal beauty standards she grew up with in Colombia. Unlike in some cultures where being thin is idealized, Vergara felt pressure to develop a fuller figure. She worried that she might never grow into the curvaceous body type that was admired in her community. Her self-consciousness about her appearance shaped the way she dressed. She avoided skirts and form-fitting outfits, feeling that her slender frame didn't suit the stylish and figure-hugging clothing her mother owned. "I was very scared, always concerned that I was never gonna fill up, all those fabulous outfits that my mother had," she admitted. This insecurity made her hesitant to embrace her femininity in her early years. Before becoming a global superstar, Sofia Vergara had very different career aspirations. Growing up in Colombia, she planned to pursue a career in healthcare, specifically dentistry. With a strong academic background and a passion for helping others, Vergara enrolled in dental school, envisioning a stable and respectable profession. However, fate had other plans for her. Her path took an unexpected turn when she was discovered on a beach in Colombia by a photographer who saw her potential as a model. This chance encounter led to commercial work, and soon after she was offered opportunities in television. As her entertainment career gained momentum, Vergara found herself at a crossroads: continue pursuing dentistry or take a leap into the world of show business. Ultimately, the allure of television proved too strong to resist. She made the difficult decision to drop out of school, even though she was just 2 semesters away from earning her degree. Reflecting on her choice, she told People in 2009, "I had to do 2 more semesters to graduate." Despite leaving behind her dental career, Vergara never lost her passion for oral health. She has remained dedicated to maintaining excellent dental hygiene and has instilled the same habits in her family. "I'm obsessed," she admitted. Her commitment goes beyond just personal care. She takes an active role in ensuring her loved ones follow her strict standards. Her son, Manolo, often finds himself on the receiving end of her enthusiasm. "My son thinks I'm crazy because I make him do a cleaning every 3 months. I try to bribe the dentist to make him do it sooner," she joked. Sofia Vergara's path to stardom wasn't the result of years spent in auditions or struggling to land roles. It was a chance encounter that set her career in motion. Unlike many actors who spend years working toward their big break, Vergara was discovered in a rather unconventional way, while enjoying a day at the beach with her family. A casting agent, taken by her striking looks and natural charisma, approached her with an unexpected offer. "Yeah, I was with my family, like at the beach, and some casting agent saw me and said, 'We're doing this commercial. Do you want to do it?'" she later recalled in an interview with CBS. Before she could even process the opportunity, her mother enthusiastically responded on her behalf. "And my mom is like, yes, she wants to do it." At the time, Vergara was a senior at a Catholic high school and was deeply concerned about how the nuns at her school would react. The commercial required her to wear a bathing suit, something she feared would be frowned upon by the strict religious institution. "I'm like, no, the nuns are gonna kill me. "I can't be in a bathing suit on a commercial," she explained. "They're not going to let me do it. They're going to throw me out of school." While many fans are familiar with Sofia Vergara's high-profile marriage to actor Joe Manganiello, few realize that it wasn't her first time walking down the aisle. Long before she became a Hollywood superstar, Vergara was married as a teenager to her childhood sweetheart, Joe Gonzalez. The two had known each other for years and tied the knot when she was just 18 years old. At the time, marriage may have seemed like the natural next step, but life had other plans. By the time she was 21, Vergara and Gonzalez had divorced, making her a young single mother to their son, Manolo. Despite the challenges of raising a child on her own, Vergara never let her circumstances hold her back. She remained ambitious and determined to carve out a successful future for herself. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar Arabia, Vergara reflected on her independent spirit, explaining that she never felt the need to rely on a man for security or success. "I think the beauty of a woman nowadays is that we can do everything," she said. "We have more options, and we should do everything we can." Her words reflect the resilience and drive that have defined her journey, whether as a young mother, an aspiring actress, or a businesswoman. Sofia Vergara's early years of motherhood were far from easy. At just 20 years old, she gave birth to her son, Manolo, and soon after, she found herself navigating life as a single mother following her divorce from Joe Gonzalez. Raising a child alone is challenging under any circumstances, but doing so at such a young age, while trying to build a career, added another layer of difficulty. Vergara has been open about the struggles she faced as a young mother, telling people that the responsibility was overwhelming at times. However, despite the challenges, she remained determined to provide the best life possible for her son. "I was really young when I divorced his father, so I raised him trying to set the best example and give him the best that I could," she explained. Determined to ensure Manolo had every opportunity to succeed, Vergara worked tirelessly, taking on modeling and television jobs to support them financially. She prioritized his education and upbringing, instilling strong values in him from an early age. The sacrifices she made paid off, and today, Manolo is not only successful in his own right, but also admired for his kind and charismatic nature. For Vergara, the greatest reward for all her hard work is hearing praise about her son's character. "When people compliment me on him, on how well-mannered, how charming, funny, and well-behaved he is, it makes all the sacrifices worthwhile," she said. Sofia Vergara is known for her beauty, charisma, and comedic talent. But there's much more to her than what meets the eye. Beyond her success in Hollywood, she has built an impressive business empire, proving herself to be a savvy entrepreneur with a passion for empowering others. Her journey into the business world began in 1994, when she was still in her early 20s. Recognizing a gap in the market for Latin talent representation, she co-founded Latin World Entertainment, a talent management and marketing firm specializing in representing Hispanic stars. Over the years, the company has grown into a powerhouse, handling brand partnerships, licensing deals, and content development. This early move into business set the stage for Vergara's later ventures, demonstrating her ability to think beyond acting and take control of her financial future. But Vergara's ambitions didn't stop there. In 2017, she launched EBY, a lingerie brand with a mission that extends far beyond fashion. Unlike traditional lingerie companies, EBY is a social enterprise, with 10% of net sales going toward helping women around the world start their own businesses. By providing microfinance loans to women in need, EBY enables them to gain financial independence and create better lives for themselves and their families. Vergara has spoken passionately about why this cause is so important to her. "In countries where there is a lot of poverty, women are such an important force for the family," she told Women's Health. And sometimes they have to endure horrible things because they don't have the means to just pack up and leave. Her goal with EBY is to give these women the resources to help themselves, save money, and gain more control over their lives. Sofia Vergara is well aware that her striking looks played a significant role in launching her career, but she firmly believes that it was her relentless work ethic that propelled her to superstardom. While many might assume that success in Hollywood is simply about beauty or luck, Vergara has long been vocal about the dedication and perseverance that have kept her at the top of the industry for decades. "I have made it to here because of how I look," she told Harper's Bazaar Arabia in 2016. "Being attractive has opened so many doors for me." However, she is quick to point out that beauty alone wouldn't have been enough to sustain a lasting career. "But of course, if I was just a pretty face, I wouldn't have lasted so long." Vergara's journey to success has been anything but effortless. When she first arrived in the U.S., she faced numerous challenges, including learning a new language and adapting to an unfamiliar industry. She knew that talent and charisma alone wouldn't be enough. She had to outwork everyone around her. "I worked like an animal," she once said, recalling the early years of her career when she was determined to prove herself. Beyond talent, Vergara's unshakable determination has been the driving force behind her accomplishments. "Often I haven't been the youngest or most intelligent girl in the room," she admitted, "but I always am the hardest working one. Dreams don't happen if you just sit down and accept things." This mindset has guided her through every stage of her career, whether it was transitioning from modeling to acting, building her business empire, or solidifying her place as one of television's most beloved stars. It may seem like Sofia Vergara has lived a life filled with success and good fortune, but behind the glitz and glamour, she has faced significant hardships. One of the most difficult challenges she encountered came at the age of 28 when she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. For a young actress with a rising career and a young son to care for, the news was both shocking and terrifying. "When you are confronted with something dramatic like the word cancer, you look at what is important to you," she later told Cosmopolitan. Despite the fear that came with such a diagnosis, Vergara remained remarkably positive. "I was lucky because out of all the cancers, this was one you can remove and treat. It could have been a lot worse." Determined to protect her son, Manolo, who was still very young at the time, Vergara made a conscious decision to shield him from the gravity of her illness. "I didn't mention the word cancer to him because I didn't want to create any fear or drama," she explained. Instead, she faced the disease with resilience and underwent treatment, eventually making a full recovery. Surviving cancer changed Vergara's perspective on life. "It's amazing when you go through something like that, you appreciate what you have and try not to dwell on things you don't have," she said. The experience deepened her gratitude and inspired her to use her platform to help others facing similar struggles. Her battle with cancer ignited a passion for giving back, particularly in her home country of Colombia. In a 2011 interview with Health, Vergara revealed that she was working with a charity to build a cancer center in Barranquilla, her hometown. The inspiration came after a visit to a hospital where she saw the heartbreaking reality of families with sick children. "I visited the cancer ward of a hospital, and parents were just sitting on the floor while their kids were being treated," she said. "I want to set up a comfortable place for parents." With her striking features and undeniable presence, one might assume that Sofia Vergara has always been hyper-aware of her beauty. After all, she's been turning heads since the start of her career. However, according to Vergara herself, she didn't think much about her looks before moving to the United States. In a 2015 interview with The Independent, she joked that she was practically born in a push-up bra, emphasizing how ingrained beauty and sensuality are in Latin American culture. "For me, sexy is something that I never really thought about until I moved to the United States," she explained. Because in Latin America, everybody goes to the beach with a G-string, and you are always in high heels and makeup. It's just our day-to-day thing. Unlike in the US, where her curvy figure and glamorous style stood out, in her home country of Colombia, her appearance was simply the norm. Women there embraced their femininity without overanalyzing it, and Vergara grew up in an environment where beauty and confidence were celebrated without self-consciousness. High heels, form-fitting outfits, and full glam weren't reserved for special occasions. They were part of everyday life. It was only after coming to the US that she realized how different cultural attitudes toward beauty could be. Suddenly, she found herself being labeled as sexy in a way that felt new. While some actresses might shy away from such a descriptor, Vergara has always leaned into it with humor and confidence. She understands that her beauty helped open doors, but she also knows that it's her personality, work ethic, and talent that have kept her in the spotlight for so long. Her effortless approach to beauty is part of what makes her so appealing. While she enjoys dressing up and embracing her femininity, she has never let her looks define her entirely. Instead, she uses her charm, wit, and business acumen to shape a career that extends far beyond the label of sex symbol. Sofia Vergara may seem effortlessly glamorous, but when it comes to working out, she admits it's far from her favorite activity. While she works hard to stay healthy, exercise is something she has to push herself to do rather than something she naturally enjoys. However, she recognizes its importance, especially as she gets older. "I'm aging, and I know that it does make a difference," she told Self in 2017 at the age of 44. "You can see it in the women and men that work out. Things start to change, and I'm like, the only thing to do is go and take care of it." For Vergara, maintaining her body and overall health isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good and taking control of the aging process. Despite her reluctance toward exercise, she commits to a consistent fitness routine because she understands the long-term benefits. Her workouts typically include strength training, Pilates, and light cardio. She focuses on toning and maintaining muscle rather than intense, high-impact exercises. Because she dislikes traditional gym workouts, she finds ways to make exercising more enjoyable, often training with a personal trainer or using resistance bands for a more manageable but effective routine. Vergara also credits a balanced diet for helping her stay in shape. While she enjoys indulging in her favorite foods, she tries to maintain moderation. She's particularly mindful of consuming enough protein and vegetables while keeping processed foods to a minimum. Sofia Vergara has never been one to shy away from criticism, especially when it comes to her portrayal of Gloria Pritchett on Modern Family. While the role made her a household name and earned her multiple award nominations, it has also sparked controversy. Some critics argue that Gloria perpetuates stereotypes of Latina women, depicting them as loud, passionate, and overly dramatic. But Vergara, who played the beloved character for 11 seasons, has no patience for such critiques. "What's wrong with being a stereotype?" she boldly asked Hola, USA in 2017. Rather than seeing Gloria as a negative portrayal, she views the character as a celebration of the vibrant, strong, and loving Latina women she grew up with. "Gloria's character is inspired by my mom and my aunt," she explained. "They are both Latina women who grew up in Colombia like me. They love color, prints, and shoes. I'm like that too, a voluptuous, intense, happy woman who wants to get involved in everything with her partner to help." For Vergara, Gloria wasn't an exaggerated caricature. She was a reflection of real women she knew and admired. The actress has always embraced her Colombian roots, and she infused her personal experiences into the role. Gloria's bold personality, thick accent, and over-the-top enthusiasm weren't just comedic traits. They were elements of a deeply loving, devoted, and intelligent woman who fought for her family and never let anyone underestimate her. Despite the criticism, Vergara remained fiercely protective of the character. She understood that Gloria's humor and charm resonated with audiences worldwide, proving that Latina women could be both strong and funny in mainstream television. And if some saw it as a stereotype, that didn't bother Vergara. To her, Gloria was a tribute to the passionate, confident, and vibrant women who shaped her life. Ultimately, Modern Family's success and Gloria's popularity speak for themselves. Far from being a one-dimensional stereotype, Gloria became one of the most beloved characters on television, thanks in large part to Vergara's talent, wit, and unwavering pride in her heritage. What do you think about Sofia Vergara's surprising transformation? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.